Hey, y'all. Hey, how is everyone? Hello. Good to see everyone on this fine, what's today? Tuesday. Fine Tuesday afternoon. Um, yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope this video, if you're catching the replay, I hope this finds you well. Today, we have a full lineup to cover and to discuss and to compare and all of that wonderful stuff. So I am super excited to get started with that. So before I get started with that, let me go ahead and get my hellos out the way, and then we're going to jump right into it. Let's see. Trash Can Wave says, dropping big love, help me get through work. Yes. You know what? I've done that before with you, Trash Can Waves. You'll come on and you're like, I'm at work. And then by the end of your shift, you're like, okay, good job. Great. I don't know how long we're going to be going today, but I promise you it's going to be an entertaining show. I can't wait to get you guys' feedback because, yeah, a couple of these stories, I'm like, okay. Blessed Reborn Spirit says, hello. Hey. Royalty Queen says, hey, everyone. How are you? I'm feeling a little bare. There we go. Much better. Ladies, you know what that's about, even if you're a lip gloss person. I'm really a nude look type person. But anyway, yes, Royalty Queen, good to see you. A1 Day One, Ruby Queen, hello. So good to see you, Miss Ruby. I'm glad you're able to join us live. Hope you're feeling well. Renee, my girl, how you doing, sis? She says, happy Tuesday, Queen Melissa and ladies. I'm back. Also, gentlemen, let's have a great evening. You know what, Renee? It's going to be a great evening. As you said, Taco Tuesday. But I'm not going to be eating tacos tonight. After the live, I'll probably be making some what is it? Chicken Alfredo. But I'm not going to be using noodles for myself. I'm going to be preparing a faux noodle out of vegetables, and that's a whole nother live and a whole conversation. So anyway, I'm glad you're feeling good, Miss Ruby King. Good to see you as usual. I love when you guys are joining in, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, this is wherever you're at, wherever you see my videos. And even if you're catching a replay, I'm excited for y'all too. I look forward to you guys' comments. So please don't hesitate to comment whenever I am, wherever you catch me. Speaking of catching me, make sure you hit the notification bell because that way you'll know when I come live, when I do a video. I've been because of the way the news cycle is going, I've been kind of jumping up online during the week. So you don't want to miss that. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So if you're just joining in or you're catching the replay, right now, do it. Good to see you. So Renee says, idea, seafood tacos, shrimp. She probably meant I had, but anyway, idea, seafood tacos, shrimp, and lobster rolls. Nice. So y'all, as I said, if you haven't already, make sure you check out the video that I did this morning, because it will direct you to an update as well as other things that we are discussing. I made seafood tacos. No, that's fine. So anyway, what's going on in here? The news. You want to do it. Exactly. You want to do it. I'm gonna leave it there. You want to do it. Prior to coming on, you gotta catch my replay. You gotta watch that video just because you want to see me get startled by thunder. Okay. I'm in the live, y'all. Here it is. I'm in the live, and lightning strikes, and I jump. And so you can't miss that moment. Some of you know I am here in Arizona, and so rain is not very common, especially as west as we are. And when not only was it raining, it was lightning. And so I'm sitting up here live, and I can see the window right there, and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, you got to catch it for that. And so here's a little snippet of what we were going through earlier today. I don't want to do that. How that storm was coming through. Hey, kombucha. So yeah. So y'all, this is what was happening as I was live earlier. Rain storms moving through parts of the valley and the high country. And so, as you know, like I said, I live in Arizona. So anytime it rains in any part of Arizona, it is a huge deal. Everyone's talking about it. Oh my gosh, it's raining, whatever. And so catch my live because you will see me get startled like no other. So anyway, let's get into the first story that I want you guys to um, comment on. Let's do it some justice here. All right, what's the first story? So y'all, um, this was kind of disturbing, and I can't believe that it was not more breaking news, so to speak, because maybe, I don't want to say it wasn't a big deal because these kids are black. I don't want to say it's not a big deal because it happened to a black child and, it's not a problem there. I don't want to do that. Um, but I don't understand why the story hasn't taken traction. So, a mom takes action after her 5-year-old was put in a chokehold at school. At school. Friends, here's the thing. I don't care what color the child is or what age the child is. No school, no one really. I don't think parents should be putting their kids in chokeholds. Okay. I just don't. So that's just my opinion. But let's read forward. Nobody thought it was heinous that a child was in a chokehold. No one had empathy. Virginia mother Pamela Anoviwu Ananawu said. So let's read because apparently no one thought it was a problem. No one reacted. So anyway, she said she couldn't believe her eyes when she went to Fairview Elementary in Fairfax Station, Virginia, to pick up her 5-year-old son for a dentist appointment on October 3rd, 2018. Okay, press pause. So this didn't just happen. So I'm not sharing it with you. You guys can't see. So this didn't happen, which is okay. Why why did they talk about it earlier today? I don't know. Maybe, okay, you know what? It's probably the part that she's taking action. Let's keep reading. Before she could reach the vestibule where the principal's office was, where her son was waiting, she could hear him in distress. So although this happened in 2018, the title of the article says a woman takes action after her 5-year-old was put in a chokehold. So I'm thinking the update by it being breaking news today is the fact that she's taking action. So she says, to my shock and horror, I found my son being put in a chokehold. This school resource officer was holding him at a 90-degree angle. My son kept trying to kick to get out of it, and the tighter the grip got. Staff had called the officer to deal with the kindergarten who has ADHD because he was singing too loudly in Spanish class and wouldn't stop. Because, yeah, that's a reason to call a resource officer. A kid is singing and won't stop. That's really a reason. Leave a comment down below if you think, number one, calling a resource officer, that was appropriate in that moment. Both my son and my daughter have been subject to restraint and seclusion. They dragged my daughter one day. My daughter told me they dragged her into a room. Her shoes were in the hallway. In an October 19th statement addressing the lawsuit, Fairfax County Public Schools Superintendent Scott S. Brabrand said the district had reviewed its restraint and seclusion guidelines, implemented additional training for staff, and appointed a new education ombudsman. So the article goes on to talk about this restraint and everything. And she said she joined the Alliance Against Seclusion and Restraint. And she's moving forward into getting a bill against the seclusion and restraint and the use of force on children. So I guess that's why the video is now taking traction. But here's the thing. there's so many things that I find very interesting. First of all, oddly, I grew up in the time, and some of you may have, depending on your age, where going to the office, kids getting paddled was a very common thing. So it was very interesting. I think what has happened in modern days or nowadays is the fact that no, kids aren't getting paddled, but they're definitely getting restrained, and a resource officer is being called. There's so many articles that we see coming out with kids being called, the police being called, kids being restrained and whatever. So leave a comment down below if if you think, okay, bad kid, whatever, he should have stopped singing. Me personally, as a teacher, one of the first things that you have to understand is the fact that kids are going to be kids. This was age appropriate for his age, but also if it wasn't, even if it was a high schooler, the more the kids see you rattled, the more they're going to continue to do something. Now, if it became to the point where it was absolutely disruptive and, something needed to happen, I would absolutely not call the resource officer. And even as an administrator, if I had to come in and diffuse a situation, I would not be calling a resource officer. The person to call is the principal. The person is to call the parent. And, you need to come pick up the parent. And then, it might be another title to an article. Mom gets tired of the school calling her. Well, guess what? It may just happen if your kid is that much of a disruption. But parents need to parent, according to Trash Can Waves. And I agree 100%. Parents need to parent, and whatever that looks like, whatever that is. So here's the thing. I'm all for ignoring a child, understanding age appropriate things. Because again, if the kid knows that the teacher is getting a rise out of this situation, trust me, he's going to keep singing. And so my number one thing as a teacher, don't lose your cool. But if it continues in distraction, I'm calling the parents. Come get your child. And that's on all levels. Come get your child, because it's apparent that they can't go along with the daily activities and they're being disruptive. But to make things, when I think of school resource officers, I think that they're appropriate on high school campuses. Absolutely. And in a mentor type of way, I could see them being in middle school. But to me, there's no place for a resource officer in elementary school, especially one that's going to respond to calls, respond to the kids misbehaving and stuff like that. Absolutely not. So leave a comment down below. Even if you're catching a replay, let me know. Do you think that school resource officers are beneficial on all levels, or tell me which level you think the school resource officers are needed? Let me know. So that was the first article that I really wanted to get you guys' opinion on. I thought that it was a extreme reaction to a very, very common behavior that happens in school. If you are a teacher, you already know they're going to troll you. And you know what? Even it makes it even worse, because I can hear someone saying, well, you know what? This kid had a problem. He might have had autism on, ADHD. That's even more reason to be a little bit more patient. Children should not be, here's the thing. We're trained on de-escalating and restraint and everything. You just can't, if you're not trained on that, you can definitely cause more harm and escalate the issue by restraining kids and stuff like that. I just think it was extreme. I think that the parent should have been called, period, point blank, like Trash Can Wave said. Let the parents parent, okay? Period. Now on to the next story. But in the meantime, before we get to the next story, love, dating, and marriage. Have you guys caught up on all the series? We've had part 1 with the ladies. We had part 2 with the couples. And guess what? The men return. The couples are back for part 3. We want to help build strong women, so that we can have healthy, strong marriages. So join us live Sunday, October 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you soon. See you soon. So here's the thing, y'all. I heard your cry. I heard and I delivered. This series was requested by one of my subscribers, and we have been rocking it out. We've had the ladies, we've had the couples, and then the couples are back again because the men have they have to continue the conversation. They still have more to say. But also stay tuned because I will be having a singles panel as well. So that's going to be really, really, really exciting. So tune in to the Love, Dating, and Marriage series on October 10th at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm telling you, that time gets me every time. Ruby King says, I retired from school for the blind and we were trained conflict resolution and restraint. Absolutely right, Ruby. When I worked very closely with the School of the Blind, as well as, obviously as a teacher. And yes, there are levels to restraint, conflict resolutions. And, again, we don't know, we weren't there. But at the same time, I just don't think that there's no harm in calling a parent and telling them to pick up their child, especially in this arena, especially in this atmosphere where people are just ready to be in the hot seat and ready to sue and everything else. But also, the kid could get injured. That's that part too. So, yeah. Y'all, this next story, what's this? Okay, this next story I wanted to share with you guys and get you guys' point of view on how are you guys sharing online? Are you cognizant of your online activity? So this nurse at good old Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami, Florida. I was like, Florida strikes again. There's like 3 stories from Florida here. And I'm like, oh my gosh. This nurse is in the hot seat for sharing on social media, and not just sharing on social media. She was picking on a disabled child that was born or whatever at the hospital. She basically, exploiting a patient. And I want to know from you, are you aware of your job's policies? But to me, this is pertaining to her job. But more importantly, this is just humanly disgusting. It's disgusting as a human. And that's why a lot of times these memes go a little bit too far. And I think people know that because then they're like, you know what? If y'all laugh, you're going to hell type thing. So anyway, before I read that, I'll play it and then I'll read what Renee says.
They have terminated Sierra Samuels. Weeks ago, we told you how she posted pictures of a baby suffering from a medical condition where the intestines grow outside of the body, along with captions making fun of the child. We blurred the graphic images. She was immediately placed on leave following the posts and has now been terminated.
Appropriate or not? What do you say? It was absolutely appropriate. And I feel like she should also lose her license to practice whatever, whether she is a CNA, RN, doctor, as a nurse, but whatever it is that she does this. This isn't the field for her. But also, I think that it has nothing to do with the field for her. I think she'll get in trouble if she works at Burger King. She's that type of person on social media that will film someone in distress or film someone dressed a certain way, and she's at work. So here's the thing. It's wrong to do regardless, as far as I'm concerned. Am I guilty of it? Yeah. I may take a picture of somebody and send it to my family or one of my kids or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not talking about anything grotesque or whatever. It's like, oh my God, look at these shoes, or Lord, her feet hurt. Look at this video or whatever. But something so horrible and cruel as to someone's disability or a homeless person or whatever, to make fun of that. No, I don't do that. However, my point is, I think this chick will get in trouble no matter where she works. Let me see what Renee has to say. Melissa, I'm a 1957s baby, and you're right. Back in the day, they did discipline us. My elementary school, Mrs. Eddie Williams, she lived to be 95. I was blessed to see her 2 years ago. Oh, nice. And thank her. Yes, you got paddled in school, And so if you're just joining in, Renee is talking about the first story that we just talked about a family, up in arms and just really moving things forward as far as legislation. in response to the fact that their child was restrained at school. Hey, April, we have now moved on. And you guys can absolutely continue to discuss it. We're discussing this nurse. We're discussing this nurse that thought it was funny to post online along the images, but along with derogatory things saying that picking on this child that was born with deformities or whatever. You know what? The truth of the matter is you shouldn't be recording any patients. And that's on the facts. Like, even as a teacher, you have to get a release to be able to release photos of people's children. And that's on all levels. And so what more would you have to do, or should you do, to be responsible, to be respectful, and to honor the calling of your job? Is to not pick on someone. Because here's the thing. Now, me as a patient, I'm wondering, is she, what type of nurse she is? Is she really caring for people? So yeah, she had to go. She needed to be fired. Ruby King says, based on the last article, the parents had to sign a form before we could take pictures of them. That's right. The first article was appropriate. This one, yes. Yes, they had to sign forms. But more importantly, I think this is the problem and a reflection of what's going on social media. People are posting everything. And here's the thing. If she did that and shared it privately, or if she did that and shared it amongst her family, it still was wrong as a nurse. And I question, this has to do with bedside manners, all of that, HIPAA, sympathy, empathy, like all the good traits that make you a good nurse. And for her to sit up there and to post something like that, y'all let me know. Are you upset that she got fired? Do you think that they should take her license, suspend her license? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Blind Guy, his wife says, I'm at rehearsal and can't chat properly, but hey, y'all. Hey, thank you for stepping in. No problem. I do that a lot of times on everybody's live. Sometimes I'm cooking or whatever. So I completely understand. You know what? We out here in these YouTube streets creating and supporting. So I appreciate it anyway. Trash Can Wave says big facts. Yeah. So a lot of people, I think, is focusing on the fact that she posted the video, but I think she'll do this on anybody's job. This is a character flaw of hers, period. So if you're just joining us live, you're peeking in and you're like, what's happening? Y'all, it's Tuesday night chat. The docket is full of a lot of stories. And this is what we do. We have live social commentary and drive the conversation further on how we can make ourselves and others better. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And while you're here, if you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So yeah. On to that story, Ruby King says she should be suspended ASAP. Absolutely. And I think that there's just a lot of maturing that needs to happen. A lot of maturing, because even if they suspend her license, so she's already been fired. So that means if they didn't suspend her license, she can go work somewhere else. I got something in my hair. That means she can go work somewhere else. I don't want her working anywhere else right now. I want her to mature. I want her to see how traits such as empathy, sympathy, passion, being compassionate, private, respectful. She needs to learn these things. And I'm sure that was part of Nursing 101, Week 1, Module 3. In other words, she knows better. She knows better. And as her instructor, I'm telling you right now, I would email her and go, girl, I probably wouldn't because I don't have time for it. But you know what I'm saying? She's not making her instructor proud right now. Absolutely ridiculous that she would do that. So speaking of online, watching what you do online, watching what you do in public, someone else is in a hot seat. And I want to know what you guys think about this, because I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you after I show it, because I want to know what you guys think about this story. All right, where is it? Here we go. I had to scroll back to the top. So y'all, not y'all, but so my friends, the Jaguars owner reprimands Urban Meyer for inexcusable behavior. Now, y'all want to know what the inexcusable behavior is? Unless I missed something, I'm like, no. Let me tell y'all what the inexcusable behavior was on his time after work. Let me tell you. Jacksonville Jaguars coach Urban Meyer apologized to his family, his team, and owner Chad Kahn for his actions he called just stupid. A video surfaced Saturday night showing a woman dancing close to Meyer's lap, a clip that quickly went viral and made headlines across the country. Another video appears to show Myers touching the woman's behind. Meyer called a team meeting Monday and vowed to own it, the motto he uses daily and has plastered all around the Jaguars facility. I just apologized to the team and staff for my distraction. Meyer told reporters afterwards, just stupid. And so I explained everything that happened and I owned it. Just stupid. I should have not put myself in that position. I don't see what the problem is in this. Now I'm going to show the video, but I don't see what the problem is with this. He's going to have a problem with his wife, but that's between him and her. But as it relates to compare it to the nurse that we just spoke about, compared to that type of behavior where she should not have posted anything, if Meyer was out on his free time, minding his whole adult business, I don't care about what's between him and his wife as a domestic situation. And just to clear it up, no, the person that he was dancing on was not his wife. That's between him and his wife. So here it is. Let's see the video. This is the video, y'all. So this is Myers in the pink, allegedly. And she's dancing. Okay. Huh. Big deal for y'all? It's not a big deal for me. It's not a big deal for me. You know, we live in a day and age where everyone is going to record anything that looks like something, especially if you have some sort of name for yourself. If you have some sort of name for yourself, then people are going to record you. But that nurse that we just talked about absolutely should have been fired. Absolutely, in my opinion, should be her license should be suspended. But as it relates to my friend, he's not my friend, but the Jaguars coach, did y'all see the video? I don't think, oh no, it's sharing with you. Let me see. Is it sharing? It's not sharing. Let me just make sure it's sharing because I don't think you guys saw it. It's not a big deal for me, friends. So while I get this video, let me say hello to My Vivid Life. Hi, beautiful. It's so good to see you. Thank you for jumping in and showing love and support as usual. Butter